messages.
Hey
too. I forget
guys,
the
welcome
messages.
to WTF America. Good to see you guys. I'm your host, Mike V, and this is your boy, Rob, in the house.
What up?
What up, man? How's it going?
What
Sarah
up?
Love, how you
What
doing?
up?
You here with us too?
I'm here. What's up, guys?
What's going on, Sarah?
Hey, good to see you. So, how's everybody doing this week, man? How's everybody's week?
Just got back from the beach. Only spent 2 days out there, but had a real good time, real fun time, and it was lovely. Now I'm enjoying this colder weather we finally got coming in. 30-degree drop in temperature out here from like 90s to 60s or something, maybe 80s. That's a big difference. So, but if it's cold right now, but it feels good. Yeah, it feels good because it's been hot all year, and I ain't the one for the heat. So, kind of looking forward. I'm a fall kind of guy, you know.
Hey, well then it's right up your alley, right about your time of year, man. How about you, Sarah Love? How you doing? How was your week?
Well, the week was okay, but the weather sucks still. I'm waiting for the fall temperatures Rob's talking about. Bring it.
Bring it. Yeah,
Yes,
right.
sir.
I mean, I guess they're already serving.
I got to the point where I hate summers almost, especially down here, man. It's like a damn jungle. I know you guys, are out in Phoenix, and I know it's still blazingly hot out there. Y'all got that dry heat. I've been there, almost died down there because of the heat. The switch from Tallahassee to, it's a long story on that. That's for another episode, but yeah, so ready for I'm a fall kind of guy. I like wearing the long shirts and the hoodies, and
Me too.
I think I was just talking with Rob on the phone too, guys, about how I was going through my Facebook and I'm like seeing all this like fall posting, soups and warm, cuddly, like I don't know, my body is just on an internal time frame where it's like it knows it's this time of year where you're supposed to eat that kind of stuff. So I'm craving it. But then I walk outside and it's like 107 degrees and I'm all like, man, screw that. I can't do this, bro. It's like messing with my mind. Yeah, bro. I better give me some ice water and a salad. How about that? That's what sounds nice right about now. But anyway, so big time topics today we're going to get to is one of them is Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She was a Supreme Court justice. She just recently passed away. We're also going to talk a little bit about police reform today. I think that needs to be thrown out onto the table. Talk about how we can solve the problem with the police, man, because honestly, this stuff is kind of getting out of control. I don't know if you heard about the 2 LA County sheriffs that got shot in their police car. When was it? Last week?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, a guy from Compton. It was in the city of Compton, and 2 LA County sheriffs were sitting in their squad car, and a dude like was acting like he was just going to walk by, and then like kind of turned around, pulled a pistol, and point blank range right in the window, passenger side of the police vehicle, just started popping and popped off a bunch of shots. Put both officers in, what was it, intensive care. I think one of them is still in intensive care right now.
I mean, it's getting crazy. It's getting out of control with this. The same things are happening in Chicago as well. They form some type of like gang militia to any cops that have their weapons drawn on innocent people that don't have weapons. They're shooting to kill. So it's a big thing going on across the nation right now. And, and they're talking about defunding the police as well. I'm not too sure that's a good idea. They're supposed to be peace officers. Disarming the police, I'm not too sure if that's a great idea either, because there's a lot of people in this world that have access to dangerous weapons that don't need to have access to them. And if they have them and the police don't have them, I mean, that's
a problem.
That's a big problem. But also if the police have them and they use them for bad purposes as well, like there's been a lot of that case going on with the George Floyd and multiple others across the nation. It's just, where does it end? Where does it end? What is the solution for that?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know. I mean, you want to be able to trust your officers, right? Because we ask these guys to protect our citizens, to protect our cities and stuff. And like you said, there are people out there who have access to weapons. So taking guns away from cops is probably not a good idea, especially here in America. We're pro-gun, man. So like, everybody here has a gun or has access to one or can get one pretty easily, fairly easily. So, that's not a good thing. And defunding the police, I think that's just complete madness. That's madness. That's crazy. I mean, there's no way.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
more. Or go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say that was a perfect example of, that Chaz or Chop or whatever they had in Oregon, Portland or whatever. They sealed off a few blocks of the city, and they basically took over a police station and declared themselves like a little sovereign little city within the city. So like people weren't allowed to get in. But see, the thing about it is that was kind of like the rioters and protesters, like their way of saying, look, we can't deal with the way the cops have been treating us. We can't deal with the way the police are using their authority. And now this is time to stop, right? And so they created their own little zone, which kind of created their own little city. And that showed you right there that people cannot police themselves, because that was a failure. It was a complete failure. People were dying. They were hungry. They weren't, there was no civil, I don't know what the word is, what I'm looking for, but there was no civil interaction between people. Like if I was to go down there and just be somebody wanting to see this for myself and try to walk into that zone, I probably would have got my ass kicked, because they were just beating people up who did not agree with their ideals, with their what they wanted to do, and if you didn't agree with them, they're just going to whoop your ass and get you out of there. And to me, that's not how you run a city. That's not how you run a country. So I
think a solution that could possibly work is just maybe, because it's obviously a big race issue. Why not send every cop has to be partnered with the opposite race? That way, anytime a crime or something is addressed, it's a white cop and a black cop showing up to the scene, right, regardless. But that
even numbers though.
Yeah, then you gotta have even
black or brown cops.
That's a problem though too, because a lot of people aren't wanting to become cops anymore because of all this stuff too. So it's like they're losing recruits. Yeah. And it scares people away. So it's like, I believe that they're really going to try to defund the police, but turn it into more of a military. And when it becomes military, it's a different ball game, man. It's a police state, really. Like,
I believe you too. That's why I kind of I'm worried about where the civil liberties are going to land after this election. If the Democrats and the left side get elected, I mean, there's some good things that they're talking about doing, but there's also some wild things they're talking about doing, like enforcing a nationwide mask mandate, like, things like that. And then you're talking about, just before these riots started getting out of control, Joe Biden and all those guys on the left, they were kind of encouraging the protesting and the rioting and stuff. They were like, yeah, something has to change. But I feel like if they get the power, then they're agreeing to defund the police, and that's exactly what they'll do. They'll turn it into something military, and then we're all going to have to just settle with the fact, that's what it is, and we won't have a choice. That's what scares me about the Democratic Party getting the White House is the protection of civil liberties. Everybody knows I'm not a big Trump supporter. I don't like the guy personally. I think he's a jerk, but I mean, the fact is that he gets stuff done and he's protecting the American way of life. And to me, that's more important than what the Democratic Party and all these leftists are saying that they need to change. Like they feel that they are going to have the answer to it all. Like they're going to be the come all, save all of everything. And I just don't I think that's very, very scary and a very weird position to be in this nation, because, you know, we're so used to our freedoms and not having people tell us what to do. So, I mean, yeah, but the thing about it too, with these police and stuff, man, this stuff is getting out of control. Like, people are just like, there was an Alabama guy I heard that got 825 years for shooting a cop. But it's like a back and forth though, you know, it's a back and forth.
Yeah, and it's designed that way. They want this they want us to be fighting amongst each other all the time. They do it. They keep us fighting against each other with religion, with racism all the time, because they don't want us to really see the big picture of what's really going on. And in a war like this, man, it's really a war almost between the police and just regular people, you know.
They love it because, I mean, like the narrative in the media is, if a black man or a person of color is pursued by a white cop, and then, you know, there's a confrontation or whatever, it turns into a civil rights issue almost automatically, just because of the two people that are involved to begin with. And then what you got to do is you got to really analyze what is going on. You know, criminals are criminals. Straight up. If you're a criminal, it doesn't matter what you know, if you had good intentions in the past, if you were, you know, a good guy at one point, if you're a criminal now and doing criminal activities, whether it's something petty or something major, it's a crime, right? So the cops have to be there to enforce the law on that crime. You know, it could be something as stupid as jaywalking, but it's a law, right? We all agree it's stupid, but it's a law. And if you get in trouble doing it, I mean, you have to deal with the consequences. The thing about it is it's such a back and forth thing, you know, like you got criminals.
Maybe they'll defund the police, or not even defund them, but disarm them. And what happens then when a police officer gets called to a shooting scene or something? I mean, what are they supposed to do? That's when the military comes in. Okay, now they got to call in the military because they're the only ones that have the weapons. They have to call in somebody else, the feds, the CIA, somebody else that, you know, but it just doesn't make sense, really. I don't know. It's just a hard topic to.
It's a hard path to go down, because you can't say who is right and who is wrong, right? You can't be like, oh, well, the criminal is in the right, you know, he put his hands up and you know, but the officer is scared at this time, you know, because he knows this guy's a criminal. He knows he just robbed a bank or jacked a car or whatever he did, and he's trying to navigate that situation.
It's
where
just
he's
the
not
people, man, because all police officers aren't bad. You know what I'm saying? Right. Just like all people aren't bad.
But there was also a case here in Arizona where there was a guy being stopped, and he was being asked to put his hands in the air, turn around, all that craziness that they tell you, they bark orders at you. And he was complying every single order, right? Every single order. And then as they asked him to turn around with his hands up, so he turned all the way around. And when he did that, they released a dog on him. I mean, what is that? You know, that's what I mean. It's the back and forth. It's like the criminals.
It's really a power
trip, and the cops are in the back. You
it's
know,
a power
and it's
trip.
like, why do
that? It's a power trip. And it goes with every job, every type of job. There's always a power trip with the upper, you know what I'm saying? Like the
supervisor or manager,
somebody who has control, and they hide behind the badge, you know, and I'm better than you because I'm behind this badge, but I'm contradictive. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not really, some people are just scheming like that. And you get that in any type of job or any type of, so it's always, what I'm saying is it's always going to be the crooked ones, no matter what.
And how we weed out the crooked cops from the good ones. I mean, how do you do that? How do you, I mean, because I mean, racism is something that's like in someone's, I guess, head, in their mind, you know, and their thoughts. So you can't read that. Like coming into a job interview, you're not going to be like, oh, this guy doesn't like black people or whatever. You know, you can't tell.
And there's no way that they can ever really tell. So it's like, yeah, how can you really stop that?
But if they spent enough time in training, that stuff would come out.
True.
if they
That's
extended
where
the amount of
reform
training.
comes in, right? Reform, the real reform, because, and I think you're right. What it should be, Sarah, is training. I think that's where we can solve this problem possibly, is more extensive training, and certification, getting certified. Because right now, any old guy off the street, as long as you don't have a criminal record, I believe you can get hired on as a police officer, and then they give you that authority to go ahead and police everybody, which is kind of shaky, but if you got a guy that's like, oh, you need to be a whatever belt, a color, you need to reach a certain level of martial arts, so how to handle somebody, how to take someone down without hurting them, or how how to maneuver the situation. You're more disciplined mentally, because that's what those guys train on, right?
Yeah,
they a mental discipline. So you get certified in something like that, and then and that translates into being able to handle problems with the community, So yeah, man, definitely a big issue with police and criminals. But I do not agree with defunding the police. I do not believe we need to take weapons from the police. I just think we need to expect more out of them as far as
let me clarify
training.
something. When they talk about defunding the police, I don't think it's necessarily taking away from them. I think it's more a reallocation of funds. Right now,
It is.
The police get a very, very, very large budget for their departments, and sometimes they need it. But I think that what they're trying to get to happen is to rethink what that percentage looks like. How big of the piece of pie do they get now?
Well, the police officers don't get paid a lot of money in the first place, just like teachers. They only make about like 30 to 40 grand a year. I mean,
right. But have you ever seen the equipment they carry around?
Well, true.
That's expensive.
And that's what I mean. And then, and on top of that, they don't have really any training. They go through a police academy course, but then that's it, right? So, yeah, I think the answer will be in training. I think they need to instead of saying defund the police and taking the funding from them, I think they need to, like you said, is reallocate those funds and put them into programs where they can be trained and certified to work with the public, and not just given a gun and a badge and 8 months of an obstacle course and then say, hey, here you go take care of the community.
Or just give them a gun that shoots knockout darts or something. You know what I'm saying? When they shoot at the bad guy, they pass out.
A blowgun?
Yeah, something. Whew, anything. I mean, hey, it fucking works, and then they won't really be killing anybody.
Right? They're like slowly running, like, I'm slowing down. Oh my, and then just fall down. Like, done.
I mean, to give them some more powerful shit, something that as soon as it hits the body, you're just blue, like you're just out.
Done.
You know what I'm saying? You're done. So why not? Why
isn't that what the taser was for? That's what the taser's for, right? But
yeah, but the tasers. But look at the taser though, man. It got some little fucking strings attached to it. It doesn't go that far. You need something where they can hit somebody from a distance or up close. Some type of just police wand thing, like you seen in Judge Dredd and shit.
But it's expensive.
It does. It is expensive, because I did see something about like, all right, there was like what did it look like? It looked like a crossbow. You know what a crossbow looks like, right? It kind of looks like a little handheld gun, and then has the bow in the front, right? It looked like that, and like it was a criminal training course that I was watching, and like they shot it, and what came out was a string about this long, and it had 2 balls on the end of it. And when they shot it shot out, and it wrapped around your legs, and like literally tripped up the dude. Like, I thought that's
cool, but no, brilliant. we need something better that's gonna actually, if these guys have a gun or a weapon or something, man, you need to be able to, like, it needs to be a weapon with like a laser dot that when you click the button, something flies at them that's not a bullet, but it touches them and it just knocks them out. Like they're out instantly. The gun drops, like they lose all function. You know what I'm saying? or something like that.
But that's what I mean. The taser.
That
We got to. All right, then you refix
See,
the
but you have
taser.
to
Like
be
how?
careful with chemicals, though. If you're injecting people,
True,
people are on all kinds of different
you're
medications,
right.
reactions. And now you
Okay,
got
but
more
these are for
lawsuits
the
than you started with.
okay, but well, these are for the violent criminals, is what I'm talking about. The
Right.
ones that
Those people still have medications too.
hey, but you
And
got
there's still
you got a
people-
gun held
and
to
there's still
somebody's
people-
head. You got a gun held to somebody's head.
I'm just saying it's no better than the bullets, because if that person has a reaction from this chemical that you've injected to knock them out, to get the weapon away from them, whatever it is,
True,
if they
but
end
What if
up
it
living
paralyzes
but
them
are
for
never
life?
the same again, their family is going to
okay,
go
but
after
the
the
bullet would have
department
killed
the
them
same way
though.
they would. Right, the same way they would if they had shot him with a bullet, is what I'm saying. So it's not a step in the right direction. It's more like evening the playing field. They could live, but they could live being shot with a bullet too. But if they have some sort of reaction from a chemical that you've injected, they could die, and now that's the same end game as a bullet. Or they could not die, which you could do with a bullet, and never be the same again. Either way, the department still has a lawsuit on their hands because they did something that permanently disabled somebody, and it was excessive force. What we need is something to stop them right now, but doesn't alter anything outside of this moment. Like rubber bullets.
So
yeah, you're going to have a bruise, but it's not going to incapacitate you for the rest of your life.
But a rubber bullet is not also going to be able to stop a person. I mean, yeah, they're going to run, but they might get down.
Enough of them.
Right. I think
it's not gonna take them out the way you need to take them out. You know,
but
in an instant, if you had to.
That's what's sparking controversy. Do they need to be taken out though? Can we just stop them from what they're doing?
Depending on what it is you did.
Way? Like wrap a blanket around him, keep his arms busy, like figure something out that doesn't require somebody shooting at him.
Dude, that's what they should do. They should get
rid of the money, get rid of the competition. That's the only way. Get rid of money,
drones.
Get rid of competition, and you won't have all this crime in the first damn place.
Dude, you get a drone, and then you have the drone spit a net at somebody. Like you follow them. Hey, Spider-Man drone.
No,
I'm telling you, dude, for real, that could work, dude. If they got drones that'll blow people up, like you got a guy in fucking Utah playing a goddamn Xbox controller, and he's gonna shoot a fucking drone, and across the world and shoot a missile. Why can't that work with a net for the cops? Like have him in a mobile command center, and like just like they have choppers waiting on hand for when there's like
because you can still shoot. You can and then you can still shoot through the damn net, Mike. Like the net is not gonna work. This ain't fucking futuristic Spider-Man.
There's drone following you, and when it hits target, bro, just whoosh, and throw the net on you, bro, and stop him.
No.
You seen Jurassic Park, right?
It's a RoboCop shit.
They can catch a goddamn dinosaur. They can catch a criminal. God damn it.
When'd you see somebody catch a dinosaur with a net?
On Jurassic Park.
With a net?
They did it. They caught a fucking, I don't know what it was, that thing with the goddamn bald head that pushes people and punches people.
That's a movie, Mike. What the
fuck? Oh, God. That's funny. I don't know. But you're right. Something needs to happen in America. Please.
Yeah.
You guys, we need to stop this with the police.
Tell us what you guys think below.
For sure, man. Let us know what you guys think. Like what could we do to ease the tension between police and the community? Because right now it's not good. And we do need cops, guys. Let's face it. We need cops. We can't live a peaceful society without them. We know this. Let's cut through the bullshit. We know this. We just need to be able to,
to be better.
Yes. And they're good already. I mean, you got a lot of good guys, and I appreciate everybody out there in law enforcement. I appreciate what you guys do. Believe me, I'm with you. I stand behind you guys. But, there are you guys out there, some of you guys that really need to step it up. I mean, just what it is. Did you guys hear about obviously you guys probably heard about it. It's big news everywhere about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She was a Supreme Court justice. She just passed away, 87 years old. That was a pretty sad deal. Any of you guys know anything about her?
No, I don't know. I really don't know anything about her. I heard that she helped out with the women's civil rights and stuff like that. The woman was 87 years old, so I feel like equal rights. Yeah, the woman was 87 years old. I feel like she lived a good life. 87 years old, man. That's what 13 years from 100. You can't beat that. So I mean, she did her thing.
Some damn good things.
Yeah, she did her thing and she lived out a good life. So that's really all I got to say about that.
She stood for equality, man. She was honestly the reason that a lot of us, your wife, my wife, but it's the whole reason why women now today have the voice that they do. I mean, they were granted voting rights way early in the 1900s. What was it? 1919 was during the women's suffrage. They finally got the right to vote. And this woman was born in 1933. So that tells you right there what kind of world she was born into. It was a masculine world. The guys and the men were the ones that ran the workforce in that day. So, and she was a really smart mind, really intelligent woman. She had a lot to offer, and she knew that. So she studied, she graduated from Columbia, and she brought this certain feel to the workforce that people weren't used to. And even her husband, Marty Ginsburg, was also a prominent tax lawyer and a law professor, and he was also for equal rights. And I also saw a clip of him telling other colleagues that his wife was going to be, higher than them in their fields, and these guys laughed her off. And sure enough, man, she proved all of those people wrong. She made justice for women in the workplace a thing. Why a lot of us, we can't be like sexually harassing women, because before she came in and decided and fought some of these court cases, some of these big court cases that made some of these laws, there was no saying or no backup for the women that were in this type of situation, at
Ruth
work,
Bader Ginsburg
being harassed.
was the only one to stand up for women with a big enough voice to make people listen. Out of the 6 cases that she presented to the Supreme Court, she won 5 of them.
Yeah.
And every woman in America has her to thank for the rights that they have.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And now that she's gone, who are they going to put in there? Some old ass white man that's not going to stand up for a single woman ever.
No, not. I wouldn't say that. Trump. I guess there is another woman up on his list for that seat. There's a lot of controversy going on right now about even filling that seat right now, as close as it is to the elections. Like, no, they don't want nobody to touch that seat until after we get a new president.
I think she done did such a good job that, I mean, what's wrong? Even if an old white man gets in there, as long as what she did doesn't go away.
That's what I'm saying.
Women are equal as fuck right now, don't you think?
They absolutely they are. But if we want that to continue,
why would that change though? I know, but there's no way. I don't think that would ever go back. We're just too.
I don't think so either. Like, because of where we are at.
Yeah, I just don't see that ever going back.
I don't. But the thing is that it could. You put
somebody. I think they'll take all of our rights away before they just try to take it away from one gender. They're just going to take everybody's rights. We're not going to be.
Well, I don't know, man. Conservatives are really big about the gay thing, the gay and lesbian thing, and the LGBTQ community. Like, they're kind of strongly opposed to them. So, like, to put a really conservative person in that seat could affect how some of the laws for gay people and lesbian people in that community change over the next course of the few years. You know what I mean? Like you put more and more conservatives in those seats, and all of a sudden you got more of a conservative mindset ruling our Supreme Court.
True.
So that's what's scary for people. That's what's scary, because you can take this last 20 years of what we've done for those communities, the gay and lesbian and the LGBTQ communities, and you could take that and that can just be totally reversed. 20 years.
Maybe she should have had some type of plan put together for when she did pass that, some, you know what I'm saying, like something else, or they could have pushed somebody in a direction to take over for her after she was, you know, gonna retire, or
right.
So
well,
they can follow.
You got those people. You do have those people. You got people that want to study for those positions, but the thing about those positions is also when you're nominated and then you're elected for that seat, you hold that seat forever until you either resign or you die or you decide to like go somewhere else or quit or something. You hold that seat forever. She was nominated by President Bill Clinton in 1993 and she held that seat since then. Right. So yeah, 27 years, fighting for the rights, of people, of women, of gay people, and just simple.
I think women are too strong. They're too strong now to ever go back, to even let that ever happen. I just think, as women as a whole, it's not. You guys will be all right. I don't think you're going back to the 40s, man. Where was it?
I don't think
30s
so
and
either,
40s,
but
man?
I don't think so either. But you can argue that nobody really knows, especially the kind of stuff that we're dealing with now in 2020. Yeah. It's hard to say that I believe you on that, because the way things are going now, it's like, I don't know what to believe, man. Anything can freaking happen. Aliens.
What the fuck?
Aliens are coming. That's what it is, man.
They might be coming. You never know.
For real. You ever thought about that? There's so many cases where aliens just show up in the worst of human times. And I think this is one of those times right now. There's been some sightings since COVID
That's because
started.
they have a role in all of this. They have a role in how the whole society plays out. It's a game to them. That's what it is, man. They always been here. We just don't fucking know it.
But then that begs the question, so freaking what? So what if they're here? I still got to get up tomorrow morning and go to work. What does that got to do to me?
Well, it's because that's the reason why you have to get up and go to work. It's because of them.
What?
It's because they want.
No, seriously. Well, because they run this world, they run this planet, they run the monetary system, the economic system, and it's really a forced slavery on the human population, and we don't even really know.
Why is gold such a hot commodity for humans?
And it's always been.
But why? Do you know why? Is it just because it's a precious metal? I want to know what you think, because I've heard a couple different things about gold and it relating and pertaining to kind of what you're saying, like aliens running us as a slave nation. Like, so we all, from the bottom of the pyramid, we're all throwing money up the ladder, correct? Gold.
Yeah.
Right?
Gold.
That's the most precious metal here on Earth.
That's what they're telling you right now to get into is gold. When the economic system collapsed and the digital money, the paper money, isn't worth anything, it's always been gold that that the countries go back to, because
that where the wealth
they say it's God's money, but if you read the Sumerian or study the Sumerian culture, it's a different story, and that was the Anunnaki's money. Well, not really money. They use it to give themselves long life. And something about their atmosphere or something.
Right?
Yeah,
because gold is a mineral.
And they mine it, and they go from these planets mining this shit, and they created a slave race, which is the humans, to work the planet and mine the gold. And that's why there's gold missing in a lot of places. That's
why
why gold is all throughout Egypt, the ancient, Japanese, the Chinese cultures. Everything relates back to the dragon. If you really study it, it all connects
I heard
together.
rich
The
guys
Bible,
drink gold. You ever heard that?
they crush it into a powder.
They crush it into drinks and they drink it because
They crush it into a powder
it
because
has some kind of like
it lets you
benefit
live
to your
longer or
body.
something.
Gold slugger?
Yeah, but that's
No.
fool's gold. That's tin foil at the bottom of some fucking alcohol. Come on.
Well, it might
Well,
be now, but I think
Well,
originally
it all makes sense if you look at it like in the Bible. Moses and everybody lived to be 900 years old, 800 years old, and it could have been because of the gold that they were drinking.
Right.
And there's a lot of secrets that they never really tell us now. They dumbed us down. The Sumerian cultures, they actually knew about the Anunnaki, which were a reptilian.
What is the Sumerian culture, Rob? What is that? You keep saying Sumerian culture. What is that?
The first recorded civilization on this planet is what it is what they are, who they are. Sumeria, the Sumerians.
Okay.
Yeah. They lived in Sumer, and they were ruled apparently by alien race, which was a reptilian race, is what they said it was. And if you look at it in the Bible, it describes Satan as being the snake in the grass, the serpent. If you look throughout all the cultures, the Africans called them the Chichuhari, your Indians call them their snake brothers. They're everywhere, man. The dragon, you see it. Why you think you have a natural scare of reptiles or lizards or snakes? You know what I'm saying? It's because they crawl. Because our DNA, they took our DNA and split it up with the primate of this planet, which was like the apes and the gorillas and shit. And they took their DNA and mixed it. Yeah, they took their DNA and they mixed it with the primate, and they created a worker for this planet to mine the gold. It says that they were mining the gold for the powder, for long life, and plus for, I guess, their atmosphere back on somewhere on Orion's belt. It's if you look at it, all connects together, like the pyramid, everything connects back to Orion's belt. The stories of the Sumerian tablets, they all connect to the Orion belt with the pyramid of Giza.
And
it's a lot of shit.
Orion's belt has the 3 stars, right? That create the belt part, right? Yeah. Which also is the same exact line as the way the pyramids are set up, correct? Like the 3, the way they sit on Earth or in conjunction to space. They've discovered that there's like a something to where they're built and how they were built and the way they were built
I could tell you the story, man. Like, it goes really deep. Like, there's 2 different type of Anunnaki species or reptilian aliens, and there's the ones that came from Orion that are ruling this planet here. That's what's been going on. But there's the actual mean ones, like the real dragon looking ones, are from the Draco constellation. And there was the story of these Draco reptilians were that they were actually brought here. They were kicked out of another universe and they were thrown into this universe. They are the most feared species in the universe, and that's the reason why they were banned from the other universe. But the Draco reptilians, listen, the Draco reptilians are they're not female or male. And this is all from actually they are, and they have they have tails, and the Dracos don't want nothing to do with what the Orion reptilian race is doing with this experiment here on Earth, what they're doing as far as the controlling of the humans and all that. The Dracos have their own agenda and they're doing their own thing, and they don't worry about what they look at. The Dracos look at themselves as being the superior being, like the almighty, like there's nothing better than them. But the Anunnaki on the Orion, those reptilians are different from those Dracos, so they're not really, they don't look as them as superior as them. If that
but
makes
what I'm
sense.
saying is if if that's the case, then why wouldn't the ones from Orion come out and say, you know,
Well,
you guys
those
are
are
in
the ones
danger?
that are no, those are the ones that are here. Those are the ones that are manipulating us and what's going on this planet. And they are here. They're underneath the earth. They're out on the moon. They're on Mars. They're in this solar system. They've been here forever. And those are the ones that actually control the grays, the gray aliens that you see. The gray
You think
aliens are supposedly from what do they call it? Arcadia Reticula. And they're like more of a drone. They're
I
a
was gonna
worker
say, I
of the
feel like
reptilian.
I feel like it's just like the gray is like a little creation of
Yeah.
like a invention alien. Like, we're gonna send you off to a little remote control car to see what's going on down there, so we don't actually have to go.
That's what they say. They say the grays aren't really like, yeah, they're more like a, what do you call it? AI type of something that the reptilians control the grays, though. That's the story. The reptilians are in control of the grays, but then you have supposedly some good aliens that are from like the Pleiades and Andromeda and stuff that have been here trying to give the human race messages and wake us up. And that's the whole thing. We need to wake up.
Why don't
we
they
need to
just
wake
come
up
out
because
and say
people won't believe. They don't believe nothing. They believe that.
But how can you if you don't have something that's firm? What's that, Sarah?
Dude, they're masters of deception.
Now that you believe it, what changes for you now that you believe it? So now that you believe that this whole like situation has unfolded, and that's and we're the little minions that are doing their bidding, and they've sent other minions to check on us and try to wake us up, and so now that you know this, what changes for you? You still got to get up and go to work tomorrow.
Exactly. I'm a slave, and the thing is that one person can't. We have to come together as a species and actually wake up. The whole mass of people need to wake up and realize this, and we need to get this off of our planet. I mean, there's a lot of stories with it. That there's always the war's been going on between the reptiles and the humans for like 400,000 years because some people, always wake up. That's supposedly where all this
the
black
original
magic
good and evil fight from the Bible, you think?
Yes.
Good and evil fight.
It all ties in with the Bible. The Nephilim who came down, they were actually offsprings of the Anunnaki. The Nephilim that are in the Bible were the offspring of the Anunnaki. And as it says in the Bible, let us create man in our image. It doesn't say in my image like a God would say. It says in our image. The Bible, I mean, there's a lot of stories that tie in with what the Sumerians say that actually looks like what it says in the Bible as well. Like,
but let's say they're successful.
Together.
Let's say that everybody wakes up one day and all of these humans realize that that's what's really going on, and there's some like uprising against them. What happens then?
We take them out. We get them out of our government. These reptilians are shapeshifters. So they're in our media. They're controlling our governments. They're controlling our leaders. And once we all wake up and realize this shit, we get them out and we kill them.
I think normal, what we know as normal isn't normal no more after that. I think the answer you're looking for, Sarah, I think is when we find out if this is all true and there is an alien that comes out and says, I'm him, and this is what's been going on, and we can see that, right? And we know that it's true. How does this change you from here on out?
It changes
Do we still
everybody.
go to work every day? Do we still wake up and live our life the same way, knowing this?
It changes everything. Once they come out with the fake alien invasion, either a fake one or a real one, it brings the world together. Because now we really truly know that we're not alone.
Right.
I feel like it would cause more conflict.
You think?
Between who?
I don't think so.
If you got reptilian creatures coming to kill you, you gonna link up with your white man or your.
There are also humans that know about it. If they're here, there are humans that know about them.
Yeah, exactly. The military. They know about them. There's bases. Look, why do you think there's almost a million kids go missing, young kids, like 500,000 just in the United States every year. And these creatures, these creatures, they eat the they sacrifice these children, these, you know, virgin children, and that's what they feed off of is their blood. They eat these virgin kids. And that's why they have them underground.
Bohemian Grove. The
Yeah,
Bohemian Grove, dude, where all those all the leaders, the world leaders come together and they fucking praise the gigantic owl. And they fucking
it's some weird shit, man, with the owl, all that.
That's not all that happens with the children, though. That's not the only thing that happens with
Well,
them.
they use them as sex slaves. They trade them. They use them as sex slaves. Yeah, they do. Exactly. Yeah. That's another thing we'll be doing.
It's a chemical that's produced by children, not by an adult, but it's produced by children, and that's what they take. They take the adrenochrome chemical from the children, and they ingest it.
When somebody shows me a video,
they have to torture them. No, they do.
I will believe it.
They do it. They torture the kids so much that like their pupils, something happens to their pupils, and that's where they stick the needle in, and it's something in the gland. Something back there that
that could be arguable
from adrenaline, and it's supposed to keep these celebrities young or something, looking young, and that's the reason supposedly why the coronavirus when it first came out. Well, no, why it's supposed to be because remember when the coronavirus first came out, all the celebrities were popping up saying they had it. Well, apparently Trump knew about the adrenochrome and he like had the real coronavirus put in the adrenochrome. So everybody that took it, when they start popping out with it, he knew it was them. He's supposed to be on a mission to take all these people out, and they're supposed to be on house arrest right now with ankle bracelets, all this shit. Like that, the majority of people don't even know about undercover. This is what he's apparently supposed to be doing, and and if you put it all together, it's like, wow. I remember seeing all these celebrities coming out saying they had coronavirus. Now they're all they're off of the adrenochrome. They're looking like shit. Ellen DeGeneres, great example. She looks like fucking shit now because she's not on the shit. Oprah Winfrey, all these motherfucking celebrities been using this shit. And it's all connected to these babies and they're all going down for it. And it's supposed to be coming out like here in the next couple of months or some shit.
I did hear
after the election, before the election.
About the top elite and the top money makers of the world using this adrenochrome thing, and they want to connect it to like the child trafficking, sex trafficking, kidnapping, and if this all kind of trickles up the ladder, and then what's above the celebrities and the elite is the aliens, it's crazy. I mean, you could connect it all.
I feel like it's not, I don't know, it's kind of far-fetched, but is it possible? Maybe.
We live in the twilight zone, man. Any damn thing possible here. It is.
Right?
It's
just
exactly
look at 2020. Anything's possible, dude.
Anything's possible now.
Right. Well, I don't know. What do you guys think, man? Let me know what you guys think about, do we have aliens here? Are the elite draining our kids of adrenochrome? What are we trying to do here, guys? What the fuck, America? I need to know. I want you guys to go ahead and drop a comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think about any of the subjects we covered today, about police reform, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and the alien thing. We want to know. So you guys could also check us out at Facebook at What the Fuck America at our Facebook page. You can also check us out at our Twitter page at What the Fuck America 19. And you can also catch this episode and other episodes at our YouTube channel at What the Fuck America on YouTube. So make sure you guys stay tuned in. Catch us every Sunday with a new episode. And like, share, and subscribe, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Later.
Y'all be good.
Bye. What the fuck, America? What the fuck?